in HD. ZNS Network presents The Bahamas Tonight. And now, first at 6. This portion of the news brought to you by BTC Everyday.
Hello and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, first at 6. I'm Andrew Knowles. The CELAC Summit is into day 2 in Havana, Cuba, and regional leaders are meeting to address key concerns of issue, among them illegal migration and poaching. In addressing these vexing issues, the country's leader called for regional support in tackling these head-on. Other items on the agenda are tackling poverty, addressing climate change, and fostering peace and prosperity. Our Julian Reed is covering the summit in Havana, and he has this report.
A warm and welcoming handshake for Prime Minister Perry Christie from Cuban President Raul Castro. That welcome made even warmer by the sounds of the Cuban National Arts School. Then, an address from President Castro, who asked for 1 minute silence to remember former Venezuelan President Hugo Chavez, who died last March. President Castro, focusing on the theme of the conference, poverty and inequality, said that the people of Latin America and the Caribbean need full employment with better salaries, improved wealth and income distribution, universal and free access to quality education, full literacy, universal health care, real food security, and decent housing, fresh water and sanitation services. But during his intervention, Prime Minister Perry Christie made his mark by highlighting 2 key concerns for the Bahamas. Firstly, he said he was pleased that the summit adopted the special declaration on the issue of illegal, unregulated, and unreported fishing. Secondly, the issue of migration. Prime Minister Christie also asked for more support to vulnerable groups like the disabled. He pointed out that all of what is said and planned here at the CELAC summit will have no effect if there are no resources to pay for what the summit decides to execute. He stressed that is why strong economic policies are needed. He said the Bahamas is making its way slowly but surely out of the global economic crisis, but sought the support of the summit for a more rational approach to international tax matters and tax competition. Mr. Christie also highlighted the importance of developing sustainable tourism and noted the impact that climate change and natural disasters have on the area. He underscored the need for urgent and quick responses and noted the Bahamas' interest in Panama's proposal for a humanitarian center. Prime Minister Christie says he believes that all of the goals are achievable here at the summit. He says pursuing them will indicate the region's progress. He says we all want a better life, a life of fairness, rationality, equality, and equity. And that is not too much to ask, not too much to hope for. At CELAC 2 in Havana, I'm Julian Reed for ZNS Network News.
Cuban ambassador to the Bahamas, His Excellency Ernesto Guzman, spoke exclusively with our news team yesterday on how this conference will impact Bahamas-Cuba relations.
And they will talk about very important issues that are concern for all of our countries, like poverty, like hunger. So they will have the chance to agree policies against those issues, and at the same time they will have the chance to coordinate positions and strategies in order to increase the cooperation, and of course it will be permit us, Bahamas and Cuba, increase the cooperation in the bilateral field,
Today marks 1 year since thousands of Bahamians headed to the polls to vote yes or no to the questions: should web shops be regularized and taxed, and should a national lottery be established? In the end, Bahamians voted no to both questions. Today, we took to the streets to get some feedback a year later.
The church, however, which is the position I stand in, has the position, the moral position and the spiritual position to say no. Because gambling itself is something that will pull away from the natural moral fabric of our society.
People went to the poll and they said no. I mean, let's respect that.
Well, a year later, nothing has changed. They spent more than $1 million on a referendum, and the gaming houses are still open. People are still buying numbers.
No, I think it says a lot about the government and its ability to really do something about a certain situation. The Behemoths took a stand on and they voted no, but yet nothing has been done.
The government should decide whether they are going to legally allow people to gamble, and if they continue to say it's against the law, then they need to shut it down.
And I feel like the web shops need to be open right now in a condition in the Bahamas right now, because right now our economy is very low and we need a little development, and we depend on the web shops.
Also the web shop, because we'll have 4,000 people at the job, then you'll have crime going up so high, and it is now.
I have nothing against it. If they want to take their money, maybe people want to spend their money, let them spend their money. Allow us to spend our money.
It seems as though he was hoping that the people voted yes. So if you was hoping for the people to vote yes, then you should have just regularized it and just taxed the number of houses then, because at the end of the day, they still winning.
Well, this evening, the Vote No campaign will hold a Thanksgiving service and call to action in Rawson Square to commemorate the one-year anniversary. Ahead of that service, we talked to Christian Council President Reverend Ranford Patterson, who says for the past year, the council has continued to agitate against the practice in a system that's void of enforcement.
We don't have the pen to change anything. The government has the pen. The Bahamian people did what I believe we were supposed to do. We did our job, we went out and we voiced our opinion loud and clear. It's now up to the government to do what they're supposed to do. I think the Bahamian people did their job and they did it well. So we pray that the Bahamian people will continue to agitate and do what they need to do so that we can, because again, we go back to enforcement. One of the greatest challenges, there's no enforcement as it relates to our country. Everybody do what they want to do, and there's no consequences for it.
First at 6, find out just how capable the HMS Richmond is in a war situation.